Hey everybody, I'm Ryan K. Hew, and I am a business attorney practicing in Honolulu, Hawaii with Hew Bordenave, a law firm practicing in the areas of business, litigation, and personal injury in Hawaii and California. I'm talking to you today to do today's video feature by our law firm, which is web search autocomplete questions on business partnerships. So you know how when you go into the search bar and it fills in the blanks? Well, we're going to see what the web's most popular questions are on business partnerships. Why am I doing this today? Well, it's also probably to not do work and play with the video features of our cameras, but also, yes, I'll be plugging a seminar I'm doing next week. So that's why I'm doing this today. Before I jump into it and you join me on this adventure on answering web search questions, I'm going to do a quick disclaimer like all attorneys do. All of this is just general information, my 2 cents on business partnerships. And if you do need an attorney or an assistance, you should go and seek out an attorney or a law firm and engage their services to directly consult with them. With that, let's jump into why are business partnerships? Why are business partnerships important? Well, business partnerships are important because for a lot of people wanting to expand market reach or seeing economic opportunities, sometimes it's better to have two heads better than one, or you can outreach, or you can brainstorm with each other, or there's just the natural, it's like jam, it's like peanut butter and jelly, right? They go together and they make a better sandwich. For professionals, having a business attorney and a commercial litigator means that the business attorney, the business partner, can do videos while the litigation attorney goes and works on cases. I'm just kidding, but from that joke, you can kind of see that people can separate and specialize and kind of focus on different areas, but provide better services to clients and customers. So I think business partnerships are super important kind of to help people expand and grow their economic opportunities with each other. Okay, so next question. What are business partnerships? Business partnerships, well, they can almost be almost anything. I mean, from a lawyer's standpoint, and I believe under Hawaii Revised Statutes, Chapter 425-101, don't quote me on that, but is the definition section. And partnerships are, at the most base level, is two or more persons carrying on as co-owners of a business for profit. And some other part in the section, go look it up, 425-101. But I think that's pretty standard across the states is that we define partnerships very similarly. And partnerships are generally two or more persons carrying on for profit. So what that translates into is that partnerships can be a whole wide range of relationships and arrangements amongst people. So that's a very just open-ended question. It's almost the fact is if you have two LLCs or more, or two corporations, two trusts, to any number of arrangements of business entities, it doesn't need to be just living, breathing persons can carry on together. That's how you have joint ventures between companies. That's kind of a partnership. So that's kind of a very open-ended question. Okay, so let's jump on to, these are a block together, so I'm assuming they're similar. Yeah, okay. So the last three, it says why business partnerships fail, why business partnerships don't work, and why do business partnerships fail? So all similar kind of things. They fail because a lot of times there's what I would say my experience in terms of our firm representing people in business disputes is there's poor expectations and communications amongst the business partners. Whether they're hurt feelings or emotions, or differing levels of commitment, or frankly, no defined set of obligations or expectations of the partners, things begin to run off rails and the partners begin to fight. So that's why usually for us attorneys, we usually recommend setting the expectations, writing those down, and basically signing off and having a formal written kind of commitment, a contract between the partners before they get the partnership going. I've seen a lot of situations where failure of a business or success of a business is what drives a wedge, because the partners did not effectively communicate. There's no signed document, and they have wildly different expectations of each other and what the business is for. So when it's failing, right, it's easy to point fingers of who should have done what and accusing the other. And actually, when it's successful too, business partners differ about how to reinvest that money, or if they want to take it and take their distributions, or they have different visions about way the company should look. So those are some of the reasons why a business partnership fails. Oh yeah, we're gonna do one more, and then I've got to probably get back to it, and then also plug our seminar. How are business partnerships? How are business partnerships formed? Well, if you have just a regular partnership, as I just said, there's actually no formality to it. You have a lot of people who kind of jump into bed with each other very quickly and do a business. It's two or more persons just carrying on for profit. So there's no formality to that, but therein lies a lot of problems. So a lot of business attorneys recommend more formal structures with formal written agreements. So a lot of times we will, for instance, suggest a limited liability partnership. That's why a lot of attorneys and accountants use that. A lot of other people like LLCs, limited liability companies, where the members or the business partners own the LLC. Corporations have shareholders. They'll come together and they'll have founding members, and the corporation will issue shares, and they're stockholders, but they want to go that Silicon Valley IPO route to kind of develop a product or service and kind of build a kind of a corporate vision and entity. For a lot of these formal business entity structures, to form them, you need to file some type of articles or certificate with your state business registration. But if you're just talking about just plain business partnerships, just they're formed very easily. Is hey, you want to make money with me? Let's make money together. That's a partnership. So jumping down. Ooh, what are business partnerships? As I kind of just gone over several times, is they can almost be anything you want. Joint ventures are a type of business partnership, and that's usually a situation where two companies, keeping their distinct brand identity together, join together in a venture that might make them more money. Partnerships can be amongst professionals, two dentists coming together and forming a dental practice. They can be amongst different people to offer a bevy of services. So some type of digital agency, maybe there's a marketing type, and then there's an IT advisor, and you hire their company. That's a partnership between the two business partners who are bringing different services together. So really, in terms of what is a business partnership, you can almost think of all kinds of different scenarios which might suit in terms of getting a business partnership going. Okay, last one. How business partnerships work? How do business partnerships work? So basically, what is their arrangement? Similar to my prior answer to the prior question, is they work any way you want almost. The amazing thing about partnerships, especially using things like LLCs and general partnerships or limited partnerships, is they're usually defined, and it's ideal to have a written agreement. So a partnership agreement for partnerships, an operating agreement for LLCs. They can work almost in an infinite amount of different ways. Generally, without it, you're going to divvy up. If you have a 50-50 partnership or a 50-50 LLC, then usually what that means is the profit and loss is divvied up by the partners or the members 50-50. But the thing is I just said flexibility. So actually, you can agree in writing to do something different. It's just, does it kind of comport to tax and accounting situations? And what did the partners discuss? So in terms of arrangements and how they work, they can work also almost any way that you kind of discuss and agree upon. And it's because of this that I think, going back to one of the other earlier questions, is that that's also setting yourself up to failure when you don't set those expectations or figuring out how things are supposed to work. So I'd say it's kind of up to you, and it's up to maybe your advisor sitting down and kind of working out a game plan about how you want to work and how your business partnership, how you want it to function. So that would be putting the time and investment in your own foundation of your partnership of how does it work. It's up to you. With that, it's the last one. And as I said, I'm going to plug in my seminar on business partnerships. It's not just my seminar, I'm going to be moderating too. So for Valentine's, all is fair in love and war, navigating business partnerships. So it's all about the ins and outs of having a business partner and a business partnership. I'll be joined with John Roth, who is an estate planning attorney, Kai Ohashi, who is a financial advisor, and Thomas Obungin, who's a social media advisor. And they all have different experiences working with people in business partnerships, and a couple of them also have their own business partnership arrangements. So it'll be a good time. It'll be next week in time for Valentine's Day, February 13th, 11:30, 1:30 p.m. down in Kaka'ako, the Entrepreneur Sandbox. If you want more information, we'll provide that either in the captions or a link above, and you can find it at hewbordenave.com, and hopefully you can see us there. But if not, if you have questions about business partnerships, feel free to submit them, and maybe we can do a follow-up for other autocomplete questions. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and see you soon.